Hi, my name is Matthew Cavazos. I'm the co-chair of Lubbock DSA, and I'm here today to present a Parenting 101 course for you today. This is part of our People's Powerhouse project, which is a community classroom designed to strengthen community bonds and to restore hope to everyday people. And so this Parenting 101 course I bring to you today was pulled off the Northwestern University website. Let's begin. So, parenting is hard work, and children do not come with instructions. While parenting can be one of the hardest jobs we take on, the practical and expert tips, tricks, and parenting hacks detailed in this presentation, all from parenting experts and child psychologists, will allow you to grow in confidence in your parenting skills and aid you in raising children who are happy, healthy, and independent. In this course, there's going to be these bullet points: common worldwide parenting goals, guidelines for parent-child relationships, 3 F's of effective parenting, authoritative style of parenting, parent, coach, teacher, child developmental areas, ages and stages, the good enough parent, and then the summary. So let's begin. Common worldwide parenting goals: ensuring your child's health and safety, preparing your child to be a productive adult, transmitting cultural values to your child, and developing quality parent-child relationships. And throughout this course, we'll see what these all mean. We'll go into detail. Continuing. So, guidelines for parent-child relationships. Try to dedicate a set chunk of time regularly to just having fun with your child. So, I myself, I am not a parent of my own child. I am a godparent, and what I do with them is that they like to play video games, and so sometimes I join them in their video games. Some split screen action. Join them outside whenever they're playing outside, just trying to be there for them when they're doing their recreationals. Agree amongst primary caregivers what behavior is desirable and undesirable. So we want to get with the parents, the co-parent, the partner, or the village. The people have support systems. Those are villages, and you want to talk to them about what behaviors we want to avoid and what behaviors we want to cultivate. Clearly communicate the agreed upon expectations for desirable behavior and the agreed upon consequences for undesirable behavior to the children. So, kids don't have common sense. Common sense, I don't know why it's called that, because nobody's born with it. Everything's learned. So, with kids, you gotta tell them clearly. You gotta break it down for them in simple terms. What you want from them, and you have to explain yourself, and they're gonna ask why, and it's good to let them know, because they want understanding. And that's really how it is as a child. You want understanding because everything's new, Alright, moving on. Agree amongst primary caregivers how to respond to undesirable behavior before it occurs. So yeah, you want to have some guidelines. You want to communicate what caregivers should look after. You don't want to leave it up to quote unquote common sense. Discuss disagreements with discipline techniques amongst caregivers only. So you want to keep those conversations private, of course. You don't want gossip that could cause damage longer term indirectly. So we want to avoid that. Only issue consequences you are able and willing to enforce. So you might think you could ground your child. You might think you can threaten to ground your child for like a year, but in reality, are you able to commit to something like that? Are you able to vigilantly watch and micromanage for a year a punishment such as that? Probably not, right? So we have to keep ourselves accountable at the same time when we keep our children accountable. Be consistent. Same rewards for same positive behaviors and same punishments for same negative behaviors. So that really works well with children. When you're a child, you want stability. That stability, that consistency offers a sense of safety and security. A child likes to know that this behavior is going to do this before they do it, and that's a good way to cultivate the behaviors we want, the good behavior, the positive behavior, and while also making clear what the negative behavior is and how we're going to respond to it. Once you stated your position, if a child challenges you, restate your position once, then stop responding. So, yeah, it's a common tactic from kids to try to coerce, try to repeat their question, what they're asking for, what they're demanding, until you break down and give it up. But you got to be stronger than your child. You are the adult. You're the one in charge. And so you once you said something, you have to say what you mean, or else your child will lose respect for what you say. Then if it's not perceived as serious, look for signs of de-escalation in the child, however small, and praise any behavior that looks closer to the desirable behavior. So yeah, just be attentive, and if they are making moves into the trajectory you want, make sure you want to call attention to that in a positive way. Remember that your behavior serves as a model for your children's behavior. So your child's role model, they're looking up towards you. You are their parent, and so they see you do something and they want to mimic it. They want to be like you. So you set the example. Reward desirable behavior consistently and as much as possible by verbal praise and acknowledgments, or even tangible rewards. So yeah, praise. Make sure to offer praise. We want to cultivate good behaviors, not merely just discipline bad behaviors. So we want children to grow, and that's a growth mindset. Caregivers should have an equal share of the responsibilities related to disciplining children as possible. So this would be more with like a partner, a significant other, where you want things to be equal. You don't want just one person doing everything. That causes burnout, that causes stress and fights. Three F's of effective parenting. Let's go through them. Firm. Consequences should be clearly stated and then adhered to when appropriate behavior occurs. Fair. The punishment should fit the crime. A simple timeout can be effective if used consistently every time a problem behavior takes place. Friendly. Use a friendly but firm communication style when informing a child they have engaged in undesirable behavior, and inform them they will receive X consequence as a result. Alright, continuing. The authoritative style of parenting. Experts in child development and child psychology have come to agree that the ideal style for parenting is what is known as the authoritative style. Authoritative parenting. The authoritative style of parenting is best depicted by a coach, where the parent guides and encourages a child to reach their full potential. Style 1. Guide. Parents can guide a child by offering goals and limits that are age appropriate for the child's abilities and interests. Style 2. Encourage. Parents can encourage their children through praise and celebration of accomplishments, however big or small. Affirm. Parents can affirm by creating a positive relationship that includes play and fun, as well as time to communicate on serious matters and to reflect. Provide. Parents provide rules to promote healthy development, teach self-discipline, and develop a healthy respect for selves and others. Summary. Providing stability, order, schedule, routine, and a firm foundation, especially in times of uncertainty, is a huge parenting responsibility, but a tremendous opportunity to connect with family members to make your home one of comfort, reassurance, shared love, and mutual respect. Next slide. Parent, coach, teacher. Alright, first slide. Be specific. Use descriptive phrases and specific examples when you catch them being good. For example, I loved how you took out the trash when you saw it was full, without me even having to ask. Or, I noticed you hung up your coat and put away your shoes right when you came in today. It's such a big help when you keep things tidy. Be a good listener. Listen carefully and try to see the situation from their point of view. Use eye contact and get down to their eye level. Resist the urge to interrupt. Ask open-ended questions versus yes/no questions. Repeat back to them what you're hearing them say to you. Teach them to express their feelings. Help them learn appropriate ways to express feelings in words, especially when they are big feelings. For example, you seem frustrated. Are you upset? You look angry. What's going on? Or simply, how are you feeling? Open the door for them to talk about their feelings and remind them it's okay to feel that way. Do as I do. Instead of just telling children what to do, show them. If you want beds made every morning, make your bed every morning. If you want an electronics-free dinner time, put your phone out of sight and reach during dinner. It's critical for kids to observe that your actions support the things you say are important. Child development. As children develop from infants to adults, they go through a series of developmental stages. These stages are crucial in the formation of every individual's growth. A parent's role is to encourage, support, and provide access to activities that allow a child to master age-appropriate developmental milestones. The good enough parent. 10 traits of a good enough parent. Instead of focusing on good parenting versus bad parenting, let's focus on good enough parenting. After all, no parent is perfect, and no child is perfect. 1. Patience. As wonderful as children are, they come with their fair challenges. Developing patience is key to keeping your cool in stressful times. Learning to take a deep breath and think before you respond is helpful across most life domains. Multitasking skills. Managing many schedules that all seem to be going in different directions is tough, but required when parenting. Encouraging. With enough encouragement and support, your child will develop positive self-esteem, which is a critical component of their confidence in their own abilities. Flexibility. Go with the flow. There are many routes to the same outcome. When one idea you had doesn't work out, be able to pivot to a plan B. Problem-solving skills. Demonstrating problem-solving skills is a wonderful model for youth to learn to manage frustration when things don't go to plan and see ways to problem solve for themselves. Dependability. Kids feel safest when they have dependable caregivers. They have to believe you'll be there for them no matter what. Are you a person of your word when it comes to the promises you make for your children? Leadership skills. While we as parents are in charge, we don't have to run the household with a heavy hand. It's far more effective to demonstrate strong leadership skills versus barking orders from up high. Compassion. In order to develop compassion, kids need to experience it. They need to feel understood, comforted, and validated, which in turn will allow them to have compassion towards others. Sense of humor. Laughter is the best medicine. Laugh at things that are funny and silly, and even try to laugh when things don't go to plan. Self-awareness. Kids will react to situations in ways that look very similar to how you react to situations, just based on not knowing other ways to act. What do they observe when you react to less than ideal situations? Summary. Do you want to do the best you can for your child? Do you recognize where you can improve as a parent? Do you forgive yourself for making mistakes and try to do better? If you answered yes to these questions, you are a good enough parent. And good enough parents are successful parents. Summary. Alright, children need love, time, and undivided attention. As their caregiver, you are very likely the most significant influence in their lives. It's critical for children to feel a sense of security and confidence in their abilities. Showing your child you care, even during the most ordinary and mundane daily tasks, reinforces your bond and creates a positive child-caregiver relationship that is the fertile soil for your child needs to grow into a happy, healthy, and thriving adult. Alright, that is the class. Thank you for watching if you've made it this far. And as always, like, share, subscribe, post, repost, whatever you can do to help. This has been Matt with the Essay. Thank you for tuning in.